Hey there, Sag. It's Jen here. I decided to do a reading for the last half of 2021. I did overview readings that I posted back in December for the entire year, but I thought let's do a check-in. Let's see what's going on, and let's see how things look for the rest of the year. So I did a little bit of channeling, and so first I saw tracing something, sketching something. It could even be drafting something, but I almost saw, how you put down, you like take a piece of paper and it could be anything, like a coffee cup down and trace a circle. Tracing something like that. It could be, there's that paper that you can put on top of something that's rough and just take a pencil and go over it like tissue paper, and you can make an impression of whatever was written there, or a shape, or something I can't even think of. Tracing something, seeing it differently. So once you trace it and you look at it, you're like, hey, well, interesting. That kind of looks like that. Or you invert it, or the negative of something. Maybe you find some old film or a mirror view. I don't know. So something about seeing something known or familiar in a new light. Oh, could even be a person, the awakening of romantic feelings. Then I saw dear, excuse me. When you're a child, and these both came out. When you're a child, but I do it as an adult even, looking up at the clouds and seeing shapes in the clouds. So maybe you're just spending some times just chilling, hanging outside, being grounded, things like that. Or it could be someone. It also is reminiscent of childhood, like a Six of Cups energy, and seeing someone from your past. I see you seeing a movie. Wow. Six of Swords and Nine of Cups. They're just popping out here. How racy are these? They're not horrible. See, I can't shuffle and read at the same time. So I see you seeing a movie, a documentary, reading something, learning new information that really affects you, and is something you keep thinking about, I think in a positive way, but in this shifting of perspective theme. And it was mind-opening. Yeah, it's something you'll think about or refer back to. It is a bit of a judgment type card energy in a very good way. And then I also see that there was some rule that you had, and it wasn't necessarily that you spoke out loud, but I will always blah. Like, I will always live here, do this job, date this type of person. It was just something arbitrary that had been holding you back that you hadn't even realized. And I see you sort of busting through a boundary like that, realizing that you had put up or made these, which isn't really like Sag. Oops, I kind of had this all out of whack, don't I? That we need our mind open, but we can be obtuse as well, and really seeing things in a new light. I think it'd be really exciting. So all the cards already, except for this one, flipped out. So this position is just sort of a general for the rest of the year. Ooh, Eight of Pentacles. I really like this card. So the Eight of Pentacles for me is about that thing we do, that when we're doing it, we're completely present and mindful and in the moment. And this could be literally anything. It could be reading for some people. It could be exercise, it could be yard work, it could be painting miniature figures, it could be chopping wood. I mean, literally, I live in the country. You know, how many people chop wood? Um, it literally can be anything. And it feeds your soul, it energizes you, unlike something that you're not really thrilled about doing that sucks energy from you, and your mind's not racing, you're just kind of in the zone when you're doing this thing. And it's something, again, it feeds your soul and nourishes you. It's important, and it's important to carve out time to do this and to enjoy these things. Even maybe it's just laying out and looking up at the clouds and being grounded and being outside. See, it grounds you. Let's see what Doreen here wrote. And I know all about Doreen Virtue. You don't have to tell me. I'm still going to use her cards. Do more research before proceeding. Mm-hmm. Education in the form of seminars, going back to school, or apprenticeships, excellent craftsmanship, and long-term projects. So this could be getting into something new, a new hobby that you're really, really, you don't, I mean, we can discover new things like this that feed our soul throughout our life. Or maybe you've reached a level, oh my God, the sun is just coming up and hitting the trees. It's the most beautiful shade of green. Oh, it's gorgeous. It's never too late to start something, try something new, to change your life, to enrich your life. It's never too late. It's never too late to go back to school, whatever it is that you're thinking of doing. So these two middle cards are about, I was focusing on career, although I will read them whatever messages come out. And we have the Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords, she'd remind you to make sure everything's documented. Proofread, things like that. To keep your emotions as much as possible out of work. Now, I don't believe being professional personally means being, I think sometimes I feel like people think being professional means being formal and even being somewhat cold and distant. And I don't know. I personally don't thrive under that type of coolness. I don't know. I think you can be warm and friendly and be professional. But I do get, the Queen of Swords would make sure that her emails are not, that they're stripped of I would definitely say negative emotions. I think it's okay to be warm and friendly, but it's, obviously it's going to depend on you and your career and those types of things. Mostly I'm getting document, document, document. Now the world here, you may be finishing up some sort of project, you may be getting a new job, starting a new career. The world, I feel like the world represents cycles in our life, phases in our life. So if you were to look back, you would talk about, how you would categorize certain time points in your life. Like, that's when I was in school. That's when I lived in this apartment. That's when I was hanging out with these people. That's when I was dating this guy. That's when you know what I mean? And so that's something in where career is concerned. Maybe you're getting promoted or you're moving companies, or you know what I mean, something is wrapping up. Or even in the same office, there were phases where we had a certain core group of people, and then other times people came and went, and I don't know. So it's something like that there will be some sort of new phase. It's neither good nor bad in a way. I mean, the world's usually a positive card, but it just kind of is more of a fact. Like if you graduate from high school, you're done high school. Like good, bad, I don't know. It just sort of is the way it is. But she is on top of the world here. Um, yeah, I see being a boss, getting more of a leadership position. Maybe you have to travel for work, or maybe you can work somewhere that's based somewhere else, but with remote working, you can, like, I know someone who lives here in New England that took a job at Stanford, and it's completely remote. In the romance category, we have some steamy cards. We have the Six of Swords, which is really a card of, oh, I don't want to get in trouble by YouTube, but it's a card because God forbid there's the human body. Six of Swords is it's moving away from a stressful time into smoother waters, smoother emotions, less stressful times. And the Nine of Cups is the wish card, guys, the wish card. So some of it could mean you wish for smoother waters, or your wish is going to come true or is coming true. I do feel for some of you guys that maybe there were, relationships in the past just were not what you wanted. Maybe you felt like you ended up with toxic people that didn't treat you well. Um, the wisdom and the experience and everything, I don't see that repeating itself. And you guys have the tools and the discernment to see if someone's going that way and able to walk away. For some reason, maybe you have a lot of Libra, like I have a Libra moon, and I feel can be very codependent, and I don't know, feel responsible for things I'm not necessarily responsible for, and just trying to be thoughtful and not hurt anyone's feelings and be a good partner, but wasn't necessarily what's the word? That is something that I should get in return. And once that shift happens, first of all, you start looking for different qualities in people than you used to. Um, and then you do have that wish fulfillment of a relationship of someone who's thoughtful and supportive and careful with your feelings, instead of sort of probably trapped in their own issues and not understanding how they're playing that out on other people. And that same sort of awareness within ourselves that we can then apply. It's like we're meeting someone that's on the same, has it reached at least the same point, had some experience, they've been through it, they see their part, they see the other person's part from their perspective, and is ready to keep moving forward with more knowledge, but being open to the fact that it's a dialogue, and it's just like two people coming together that really are committed to making it work. They're what's the word? Being word finding issues this morning. They're both committed to that this is a process, and self improvement and self awareness, emotional intelligence, working on all of those things, discussing things, being honest, but kind. So, yeah, I definitely see really nice things here, Sag. I see self-care and hobbies. You may meet this person, maybe something having something to do with this thing that when you do, you feed your soul. And so there's a connection there of how important those types of things are. And I see you being the boss, or yeah, because I see you like things coming down from you. Like I almost see this Queen of Swords as this figure here, and disseminating things down, communications down the chain, which is very positive. A new contract. And, when the Nine of Cups comes up and the Wish card comes up in the romantic setting, I think, we'll take it, right? Well, I hope you have a wonderful rest of the year. Take care. Bye. Please like, share, and subscribe.